Okay, Shabbat Shalom and welcome everyone. Okay, there we go. All right. Hello everyone and welcome. We are going to get ready to do our Friday evening service, our Kabbalat Shabbat service together. And I would like to invite everyone to please take your Siddur, the Siddur Lev Shalem, if you have it. And we will begin in a moment on the bottom of page 5 with Shalom Aleichem. And I would like to ask if there's anyone on Zoom tonight who has more than one person with you that we can count for the minyan to please let us know in the chat so that we can count everybody accurately. And if you are watching on Facebook and you are able to come on Zoom, please go ahead and come on Zoom so we can make sure to have a minyan this evening. We will begin on page 5 with Shalom Aleichem. What's that?
I have a person with me, my husband, Fred. Do you want me to put that on the chat?
No, that's okay. Just good to know that we can count
Okay.
2 people for that device. Wonderful.
Do you want us to leave our voice on, or do you want us to mute ourselves?
If you can mute, please, that would be great. Thank you. Okay. All right, we will begin on the bottom of page 5. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nile Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Mimel Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Say Techem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimel Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And we will now turn to page 11 for the first psalm of Kabbalat Shabbat, Psalm 95. Let's sing together. Lechu neranena neranena l'Adonai naria Litzur Isheinu, Lechu neranena neranena l'Adonai naria Litzur Isheinu. Nekadama fanav, betoda, bizmirot, nariyalo, bizmirot, nariyalo. The heavens shall be glad and the earth rejoice, the sea in its fullness roar. The meadows and all that grows in them exult. Even the trees of the forest shall sing praise. As Adonai comes to judge the earth, judging lands with righteousness and peoples with divine truth. Page 14 in the middle. Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim. Betageh
Welcome, Chatteros. Shabbat Shalom. The cantor is frozen. I don't know if you can hear me. Alan, turn your, yeah. And we're glad
we can hear you, man.
Yeah.
We can hear you, man.
We're glad to see you because the cantor just asked if is anybody with you to please notify them so that we'd have a minion. And I think with you and Diane now we have a minion.
Okay.
But we're missing the cantor and Jimmy because they're frozen. The Shul building got frozen.
Okay, can everybody hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We're having some internet issues here at the building. The internet just went out in the building. But
back.
I'm on my phone currently.
Yeah, you're back.
Yes, I'm on my phone currently. So you just give me a moment to set up the phone here in the chapel. And I will be right back. Hold on one moment.
I think we just lost Diane and Alan. Maybe they're still on. Let's see. Yeah, they're still on. I think until they get back on at the show, we probably need to put our speakers on just so that we know we are still on. Harvey, you want to turn yours on?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. And we can turn our speakers back off again once they come back on.
Okay, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so once again, my apologies. I am on my phone now, so hopefully that will work a little bit better. And during the week when it's not Shabbat, we will look into the internet issues that are going on in the building. Let us now turn to page 21 in the Siddur, and we will continue with Psalm 29. I invite everyone to please rise for Psalm 29. If you were muted before, please go ahead and mute yourself again. Page 21, Mizmor LeDavid. Mizmor LeDavid, Havol Adonai b'neim, Havol Adonai kavod, Ba'oz Havol Adonai, Kevod Shemo, Ishtachavu Adonai behadrat kodesh, Kol Adonai al hamayim, El hakavod yirim, Adonai al mayim rabim. Kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai behadar, Kol Adonai shover harasim, Vaishaber Adonai et harzei halvanon, Vayarkidem kemo egel, Lebanon veSiryon, Kemo venereimim, Kol Adonai chotzev lavotesh, Kol Adonai yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai echol elayalot, Vayechesof yeharot, Uvechalot kulo omer kavod, Adonai lamavul yashav, Vayeshev Adonai melech leolam, Adonai os le'amo yitain, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. You may be seated. And we will continue now with Lecha Dodi, which can be found on pages 23 through 25. We are going to sing the first two stanzas, followed by the middle stanza on 24 and the final stanza on 25. When we get to that final stanza, we will all rise at that time and face the entrance of our home to welcome Shabbat. Pages 23 through 25. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad Ishmianu el ameyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad L'shem u'tiferet ve'litila Lecha dodi likrat chala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat chala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor ha'beracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Itoreri, itoreri, kiva orech tumiori, uri, uri, shir daveri, kevod Adonai, alaich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Page 25. Please rise and face the entrance of your home. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha u'v'tzola toch emunei am segula. Boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. 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 You may be seated. We will now turn to page 27 for Psalm 92, the Psalm for Shabbat. Mizmor shir le'yom HaShabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer le'shimcha elyon, ulezamer le'shimcha elyon. Mizmor shir le'yom HaShabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer le'shimcha elyon, ulezamer le'shimcha elyon. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, באמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך elyon. Middle of page 28. Sadikat Amar Yifrach Ke'erez Balvanon Iske shetulim beveit Adonai bechatzerot Eloheinu Yacharichu od yenuvun beseva deshenim berananim Iyu lehagid ki ashar Adonai Suri Suri velo avalat habo. Okay, I want to take a moment before we continue with our service to speak a little bit about this week's Parsha. And last week, we talked about how what goes around comes around. You know, there were certain behaviors and actions that Jacob had exhibited over the past couple of weeks that then came back to kind of bite him back in a way. And this week, I want to bring that full circle to show that even what goes around comes around in a good way. In this week's Parsha, Jacob prays and he declares the following statement. He says, I have become humbled by all the kindnesses and from all the truth that you, God, have rendered your servant. For with only my staff I crossed the Jordan, and now I have become two camps. His family has grown. His family, which at this point encompasses the entire people of Israel. Jacob's name becomes Israel. That's where we get that from. Have grown exponentially and are turning into a nation. So what we can learn from this is that if we count our blessings, if we realize how valuable we are and how much we have going for us, then we will project that energy onto other people, and people will project it back onto us. Okay, people will return our smiles. Okay, in a way, the sun will break out, music will play, and we'll be able to finally move forward towards the life that God intends for us, and that He'll be able to provide us with strength, with courage, and with confidence. So if there is anything that we should take away this Shabbat from the Parsha, it is indeed that. And with that positive message, let's continue with the Mari service on page 39a. I invite everyone to please rise for the Baruch. Baruch et Adonai Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Leolam Vaed. La 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 la. You may be seated. Please, let's continue together on the English side of 39a. Baruch atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tsevaot is your name. Living and ever-present God, may your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch Atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. Page 40, Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael, Amecha Avta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shokveinu u'v'komeinu, nasiach bechukecha, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה, יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. We'll continue privately, top of page 42. Bottom section of 42. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el Bnei Yisrael v'amarta alehem, ve'asu lahem tzitzit, al kanfei videhem ledorotam, ve'natenu al tzitzit hakanaf betil techelet, ve'haya lachem tzitzit, uritem oto, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Top of page 43a. אמת ואמונה כזאת וקיים עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו, ואין זולתו, אנחנו ישראל עמו. אבא ימיין מלאכי. ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם, משה ובני ישראל לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלף. מלכותך ראו בניך בוקע ים לפני משה, זה לי אנו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב בוקע לו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. Hashkivenu, page 45. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, V'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, V'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor seitenu uvoteinu lechaim ulshalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace, Baruch Atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Ufaros aleinu sukat shalomecha, Baruch Atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. We will now turn to page 46 for Vishamru and Chatzi Kadesh. Please rise. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, ledorotam berit olam, Elai beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, Oti le'olam, ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, ubayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayir nachash, ubayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayir nachash. Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei rabbah, Be'almadi v'rav kirutei ve'amlich malchutei b'chayekon u'v'yomekon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael ba'adala u'v'zman karim ve'meru amen. Yehi shemei Rabbam mevarach le'olam 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 Yitbarach, Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yitbar, Yitrama, Yitraseh, Yitadar, Yitaleh, Yitahal, Shemei the Kodeshav, Berichu, Elam, Min Kol Berchata, Beshirata, Tush Bechata, Benechemata, Damiran Be'alma, Be'meru, Amen. We will continue now with the private silent Amidah that begins on page 47 and concludes on page 52. Ose shalom b'mromav, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom b'mromav, Uyase shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom b'mromav uyase shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom b'mromav uyase shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. We will now turn to page 54 in the middle for the full Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash merabah. Be'alma divarach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yomechon u'v'chayechon Beit Yisrael b'agalau b'zman karim v'yimeru. Amen. Yehi shemei rabba mevarach le'alam le'al me'almaya yitebarach yiparach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitrasei v'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal shmei dekudesha b'rifu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiram be'alma v'yimiru. Amen. Titkabal tolata honavaton b'chol Yisrael kolam avon v'yishmaya v'yimiru. Amen. Yehi shlam rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimiru. Amen. Ose shalom min ramav v'yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimiru. Amen. And at this time, we are going to make Kiddush for Friday night. I'd like to invite any of you that might have a glass of wine or grape juice handy to go ahead and get that now. We will turn to page 55 for the Friday evening Kiddush. Please rise. Savrim Adonai Barabanan Barabotai, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta, Beotanu kidashta mikol hamim beshabat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon inchalatanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. L'chaim. We will continue now with Aleinu on page 56. Aleinu l'shabeach Adon hakol, latet gedula leotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam Kelkeinu kahen, v'goraleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu koreim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech, malachei hamalachim, hakadosh baruch hu, shehu noten shamayim v'yoser haaretz, u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim ima'al, Ushachina tuzo, begov hey meromim, hu Eloheinu eino, emet malkeinu efesulato, kakatu betorato, vedata hayom behashevota, belevavecha, ki Adonai hu ha-Elohim, Bashamayim imahal, ve'al haaretz, mitachat einod. How can Kabbalat Shabbat? Kakatu v'toratecha Adonai meloch le'olam ha'bayit, v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai le'melech al kol ha'aretz, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo, Shemo echad. And at this time, we will take a moment to remember those in our community that are no longer with us. This Shabbat, we remember Bernard Davis, Norman Schwartz, Jordan Elijah Chefchis, Arnold Markowitz, Ariel Yehuda Ben Joseph Pinchas, Jose Proquesco Garcia Cruz, Bernard Dunn, Jack Levick, Donna Zinnick, A.C. Ballard, and William Kahn. And if there is anyone else that you are remembering this evening, please take a moment to remember them in your mind and in your heart. We will continue with the Mourner's Kaddish, page 58. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma v'barach Yerutei v'yamrich Malchutei, B'chayecho v'yomecho v'chayei b'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala v'bizman Hariv v'imru Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah v'barach Almeh, Yitbarach v'yitztabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal Shemei v'kudashah b'richu le'elam v'nchol v'yirchata v'shiracha tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiram v'amal v'imru Amen. Yehei shalom arabam v'yishemaya v'chayim alinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom v'romav v'ya'aseh shalom alinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. You may be seated. And Harvey, do we have any announcements?
Well, keep it simple. The only thing I'd like you to remember is the Hanukkah festival this Sunday, 12 to 5 in the social hall. It's going to be grand. Lots of people coming, lots of activities, lots of latkes, lots of good times. And so please make every effort to be there. And I'm sure most of you already made reservations, but if you haven't, you can simply show up at the door. That's it.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Harvey. And just to add to that, tomorrow morning, we will have services at 9:30 a.m. in the sanctuary in person, as well as on Zoom and streaming live on Facebook and our website. Also, the first night of Hanukkah, Sunday evening, December 18th at 5:30, is going to be our Latka party that's hosted by the Men's Club. Jimmy, do you want to say anything about that?
Yes, come join us to light the Hanukkah, and also we do have a backed by popular demand the Hanukkah building contest. So we have some prizes for those that bring in a homemade Hanukkah, not one that's bought from the store, but one that you make from home, if you will. And we have 4 categories for winning. So come join us. And then back to you on the second day.
Yes, thank you. And then on the second night of Hanukkah as well, we will have the community menorah lighting at the JCC here in town. That will be at 6 p.m. Information about that was included in the email that went out yesterday to the congregation. If you look towards the bottom, there is a flyer that the JCC put together. There is a separate Zoom link for those who are not able to come in person. So please join us either in person at the front entrance of the JCC or on Zoom Monday night at 6 p.m. And I believe that covers it for now. So let us conclude with Adon Olam on page 211. And I'm going to use a melody that, what's that?
There is one more real quick. Better Together Hanukkah is the morning of the 18th on Sunday, right before Hanukkah. So it's that morning. There's a Better Together program for any seniors that would like to participate in that. It's a wonderful program to really bring together the different generations, young people and our community of seasoned individuals.
Okay, thank you, Jimmy. Do you know what time that is on Sunday morning?
I think it was at 10.
Okay.
I'll just look out for it in the e-blast this coming week, because it's not until next Sunday, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. And just reach out to Sarah if you need any specifics.
Okay, thank you. Okay, any other announcements? Okay, now we will conclude with Adon Olam on page 211. And we're going to use a melody this evening that a lot of you might remember from earlier on in life, from your childhoods. Hopefully it's one that you know and that you can sing along with. Page 211. Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra leit nasa v'chefso kol azay melech shemo nikra Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra leit nasa v'chefso kol azay melech shemo nikra ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא בחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא והוא אחד ואין השני להמשיר לו להחבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העוז והמסרה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא בחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא והוא אלי וחי גואלי וצור חבלי בעת צרה והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום אגרה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא בחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא בידו אבקיד רוחי בעת אישן ועירה ועם רוחי גביעתי אדוני לי ולא יירא אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא בחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Shabbos, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. A healthy and a good week and a nice Shabbat, a peaceful Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom.
All right, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat 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 Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat 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 Shalom, Shabbat 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 Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom and beat army.